Good coffee this morning. You know, the Bible says in the last days, perilous times will come. Men will be lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Well, we're living in that day. Men love pleasure. Men love darkness rather than light, and won't come to the light, lest their deeds be reproved. So sometimes the light has to be shined on them in darkness. And that's what I'm going to do right today in these current news rundown. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the current news rundown? Can I just say this? In Phoenix, Arizona, 100,000 bees, African bees, attacked a homeless man. 100,000 African bees in Phoenix, Arizona. He's the 18th person to be massively attacked in Phoenix this year. It's insane. The guy was stung thousands of times. He's going to live, but he's in critical condition. Now, I want to just quickly go here. And did you hear about all the cows dying in Russia? Thousands of cows have died. It happened on May the 3rd, 2011 in Russia. Just throwing that out there for those of you who are still keeping a watch on the Hosea prophecy in Hosea chapter 4, verses 1, 2, 3. Now, we got to go to the news updates right now, the rundown. So let me just click here and get to it, all right? NATO, that's right, in Tripoli, Libya. NATO strikes the target of Gaddafi's compound. Witnesses say that NATO carried out a number of missile strikes on targets in Tripoli area on Tuesday that appeared to include the Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's compound. Did they kill him? They've already killed his son and his 3 grandkids. They're trying to take him out. All right, let's keep an eye on him because he's murdered, he's mayhemed, he's massacred so many of the Muslim people, the citizens of Libya. This guy's a tyrant. This guy's a 41-year dictator. This guy runs a Muslim monarchy with the iron fist. This guy is horrible. He's filled with a legion of demons. Let's move on. So, I'm exposing him with a bright floodlight. Now, what about 4 people who are dead as security forces fire on the protesting crowd in Yemen? What? Wait a minute. Now, the president of Yemen resigned 2 weeks ago. He said he would be gone in 30 days. But he's still not gone yet, and the people don't believe it. And so they're still protesting in the streets. And it says the Yemen forces fired. Who ordered that? This guy's resigning in 2 weeks, so he's ordering people to go out and shoot people in the streets because they don't like him? Who ordered it? Do they got some rogue Al-Qaeda generals running it? Maybe. Did you know that Osama Bin Laden's 3rd wife was from Yemen? Just saying. His first 2 were from Saudi Arabia, well educated. The 3rd one wasn't educated, but she was young. Just saying. Anyway, he had 5 wives. I shouldn't go there. He's dead. Yemen forces fired, but he was the head of Al-Qaeda. He did orchestrate the blowing up of the USS Cole in where? Yemen. 17 United States sailors died. Oh, he was involved. He orchestrated the blowing up of the 2 United States embassies in Africa. Remember that? Oh, he orchestrated 9/11. Have we forgotten? Yemen forces have fired at the protesters blockading a government building on Monday, killing a shopkeeper, 3 protesters. It happened in Taiz, a city that's in Yemen that's seen some of the largest demonstrations against President Ali Saleh. That's President Ali Saleh. The guy, if you're going to quit, dude, get out of town. Go. Do it like Jose Mubarak. Get out of there. Don't sit around 30 more days and rob the kitty. You've already stripped these people and raped these people of every nickel they got. What a messed up Middle East, isn't it? It's Bible prophecy. Zechariah chapter 14 tells us that all nations shall surround Israel, and they'll even attack the city. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The march on May 15th. The Muslim march on May 15th. The Muslim march on May 15th. Are we 5 days away from Armageddon? From the Battle of Gog and Magog? I'm just asking. They call it, the Muslims, radical jihadist Muslims call it an infada, which is similar to a jihada. It's an infada. The call to march upon Jerusalem, May 15th, 2011. The media's not saying anything about it. They're just ignoring it. I mean, a couple little words every now and then. Are we 5 days away from Armageddon? Is the apocalypse upon us? Oh, and talking about Jose Mubarak, Egypt's public prosecutor has extended the detention of former President Jose Mubarak for another 15 days. We know he's sick and he's missing about several $1 billion. They're trying to, everybody, the deals are being cut out there, okay? There are a lot of deals being cut. In Thailand, they've announced national elections are supposed to be July 3rd. Thailand's prime minister has placed the fate of the hands of the voters and put the country's developing democracy to what may prove to be a perilous test. Yeah. He dissolved the parliament. What? Oh, Disney World in Europe is Paris, France, Disney World. 13% decline in the number of people that are attending. 119 million euros short from last year's projections. Who's going to travel? Gasoline's $4.26 a gallon here in Indiana today. $4.26 a gallon. You know, it's amazing. You're out here trying to get here and there and trying to help people, and you got to pay price. And food, we got a major food shortage, massive. This summer, former President Bill Clinton is predicting that in the summer of 2011, thousands, maybe millions of people will starve to death because of lack of food. And what about China's wheat crop? It looks like it, from a cold winter, is going to be no good. It looks like it's not going to yield. If that happens, on top of already a shortage and a growing population, see, we've messed with the seed. What we're finding out is America sold millions of wheat seed to India, and the seed ain't growing because they had genetically altered it, and that seed is not reproducing. And there's going to be a massive food shortages. That's why you're seeing the price of food skyrocket. The price of oil is skyrocketing. The prices of living, the standard of living. We have currency crisis around the world. Markets are in depletion. Jobs are not to be found. Folks, are we on the brink of the beast? Are we 5 days from Armageddon? I keep asking you. The Muslim march on Jerusalem. May 15th, Muslim march on Jerusalem. My question is, are we 5 days from Armageddon? I don't know. I'm asking you. Could this be the Battle of Gog and Magog and it slipped up on us like that? We're seeing so much Bible prophecy exponentially happening. It's insane how quickly. 5,000 blackbirds fell in Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, Sweden, California, Kentucky, Ireland, Venezuela. 100,000 dead fish, Arkansas. Chesapeake Bay, 2 million. 7 million, Rondo Beach, California. Several million in Brazil, Venezuela, New Zealand, Australia. 100 dead whales in New Zealand. 6 hours later, Christchurch, New Zealand hit with a major earthquake. Japan's earthquake on 3/11/11. Another counter earthquake on 4/11/11. And now somebody just sent me an email a minute ago. Paul, did you realize that Jupiter? There's two planets that just slipped my mind right now. They're going to align, and tomorrow, May 11/11, there's going to be the perfect alignment of these two planets is going to create a bright star in the east. Some call it the Star of Bethlehem. When's it going to happen? Tomorrow. When? May 11/11, the year of judgment. I can't even keep up with it. 12 nations are rioting right now in the Middle East. The fourth horseman, Egypt, the fall of these dictators, the killing of Osama Bin Laden. It just continues. And Syrian tanks are rolling through the villages of Syria right now. Syrian tanks are going through the villages. And they arrested a drug. There's so much happening. Drug cartel. 82 people murdered in the Sudan. Venezuela's Hugo Chavez may be implicated with drug cartel. Are you stunned by that? And what about Bin Laden? Musharraf is denying that Pakistan cut a deal with America to get Osama Bin Laden. Of course we didn't cut a deal. We had to go in there in the middle of the night and get him. Are you serious? And they say in Sydney, Australia, that the slumlords are making it almost impossible for the students to have a place to live while they go to school. I don't know. Ahmadinejad almost lost his presidency because the supreme leader, the Ayatollah, is trying to take him out. Are you serious? Russia, cows are falling dead in Russia, like I said earlier. Are you right? Things are happening everywhere. Japan has decided, forget our nuclear power program. We're going to have to redo ourselves. We're going to have to refocus because the earthquakes are shaking the planet. And did you hear about that one town in Japan? You see, the island of Japan was moved 8 feet at the power of this 8.9 earthquake and the tsunami that was 30 foot high and the shaking of the world. It literally shoved the island of Japan back 8 feet back and down. So that now when the tide comes in, there's a little town there in Japan that every day when the tide comes in, the water goes up about 1.5 feet, and then when it recedes back, when the tide goes back, it leaves dead fish and mud in the streets every day. I'm Paul Begley, and I'm just saying, my grandkids are crying in the background. The world's in trouble. Are you saved? Send me a personal message right now. I just touching some of the high points of today's updates, but I'm telling you, we're running out of time. I'm asking you again. Everybody's looking for Harold Camping's prediction of May 21st, 2011 as the end of the world. I'm not. I don't believe it. Because there's no Bible to back it up. He's got a calculator and a calculation. I don't believe it, okay? But I'll tell you what I am concerned about. Bible prophecy that's predicted. And when I'm hearing that Muslims have declared a march on May 15th upon the city of Jerusalem, that's the day I'm concerned about. I'm watching that one like a hawk. Not because the end of the world's going to come, but because we might be on the verge of Armageddon. Gog versus Magog. Are you saved? Send me a personal message if you want to be saved. I want to help you get saved. Folks, we're running out of time. Bible prophecy happening.